Nathália, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Thank you so much for accepting our invite. And it is a pleasure to have you on our podcast. So tell us about yourself for our audience to start with. Please introduce yourself.
Great, sure. I am Nathália Demetrio. I work with data artificial intelligence for more than 15 years now. My background is in statistics, but I have been working in different I have been wearing different hats during my career. I worked as a growth manager, as data scientist consultant, data analyst and insights. And nowadays I am giving classes in MBAs about data science, data storytelling, data visualization, design methods for advanced analytics, and AI literacy as a whole. I think probably will be
Yep.
our talk today. And I am also working as data product manager in some consultants as a freelancing.
Awesome. Yeah. So our today's topic is about AI and data literacy. And yeah, AI has just come storm after this chat GPT come to surface. And suddenly there is a race between everyone that who is going to create a better chat, right? And everybody is on a race where everybody right underneath of their product says this chat can make mistakes. And can you believe it? Everybody want to ride onto it, even corporates as well. So I think let's start with this AI. And AI is nothing more than a data. If you don't have a data, AI is not going to work, right? And data is, there are multiple types of data, right? There is structured, semi-structured, unstructured. There is databases, there is sensors data, there is audio, video, all those kind of data, right? And every data has its own importance. And that is where we need to understand the data literacy. Right? The unstructured data, you have to find. You may or may not find the accurate data. But once you have an or structured data sets coming from tables, you assume everything is perfect other than data quality. So tell us about this literacy thing and then let's jump onto it.
I think one point is there is some levels of data literacy. We can start with literacy. We can achieve savvy argument that there is a fluency. AI fluency is a usual term we can find out there also. But when we are talking about AI literacy or data literacy, is more to remember that for the most of the world, what they know about AI is what they learn in the films, the movie, and that's a huge problem because there are a bunch of layers between what is shown in, I don't know, in some 19 movies and what we are actually doing today. The quality of data with sure is one of one of these things, but is only one. We have to thinking about how the user will take the decision, will make the decision considering exactly what the artificial intelligence said to them, or they will, I don't know, mix up some answer from different LLMs, or it will not use at all. It will only know the answer and do other thing. So this is more related to the use itself. And there are a lot of people that have been using artificial intelligence as an oracle, like some smart thing that knows what has been who can analyze in considering everything that we know in the world is not the case. We know it's not the case. Even the agents and more advanced models has not this proposal to know everything about the world and take a decision by themselves in every aspect of our human experience. But there are also other layers. For example, data quality is about the data makes sense, but there are the data bias. And data bias sometimes is not something that we can predict before the model. It's something that we identify after the model is running, because there are a bunch of different kind of bias that can be shown through the data. For example, my favorite one is Simpson paradox, which the only way you identify that is if you cross over all the informations. And it does make sense. It does make sense cross all the information all the time and analyze one by one. What makes more sense is something more Alan Turing test, where once we have the output, and once we think about what to do with this output, we can go back to the output, to the data, and make some questions to ensure that this direction actually makes sense. So artificial intelligence, AI intelligence, is more about know how to deal with these technologies in a practical way, in a critical way, in an ethical way, than know how to build them. Because most of people will never need to build anything, but they have to use. And that's a problem for us today.
Yeah, so you are absolutely right that you are hinting towards that in future development might not be there. You might have agents which which can create applications for you, which can create machine learning models for you, which can create any kind of decision support system for you. So the more important thing is what you want them to do. So again, the
And
question,
what they can do, part of the artificial intelligence literacy is show the possibilities. What you said about the types of data, for most of people is too technical, but we can start for this kind of discussion to ensure show the whole shelf of possibilities that artificial intelligence can give us. The make sure that the audience, that the people, that the user, the stakeholder knows that they can build segmentation, they can order the priority of things. I am talking here about unsupervised and supervised machine learning, that they know that it can generate new no structured data, video, audio, and so on. So this shelf of possibilities is something that 99.9% of the world don't know is possible.
true. See, that is where I was coming that, yeah, you need to know what AI agents can do, but at the end of the day, whatever AI agents are doing, someone has to confirm whether whatever they are saying is at a high quality or at a high accuracy. And so let's go towards, AI again, to repeat myself, is nothing until unless you have a proper data into it. So what do you suggest that this literacy, when we say literacy, do we have to tell businesses that, hey, you're expecting this kind of solution out of this AI agent, and this AI agent cannot do it? Or we have to, you know, coach the businesses what data is, because data is an input for AI. So where we need to start? data or AI?
For me, we need to start where the audience are. So if they are asking about artificial intelligence, it's a good excuse to start there. We already have their attention. This is a very difficult thing. It's a very, I am from statistics. We study that for decades. Just now we have the attention. I mean, it's not easy to have the attention of everyone. And so if they know about artificial intelligence, they want that. It's more common. It's like a buzzword now. My strategy is try to build something close to what they are asked so we can start the conversation. And the conversation is bring the data discussion to the table. But also remember that the perfect data is something far, far away from our reality. I don't know if we will someday achieve that point because I, there's so like can we have one only one only source of information for the a whole company? I don't think so, because even if we have, if our stakeholders has a good data-driven literacy, they will take decisions like daily, and some of these decisions they need another version of the data, another a feature engineering approach. It's part of the job. The data, each statistics, each data representations answer one question only. And sometimes we need to answer a bunch of questions at once. So we need a bunch of statistics, a bunch of variations of the data. And I don't believe we can have high data-driven literacy, data-driven maturity, organization, and just one data table with everything already set up. I think it is too optimistic for
Yeah,
me.
I think that is where my next question goes. That what is the definition of a perfect data in the realm of data products? Because now current about data products, people are going towards decentralized rather federated approach, and people have learned that centralized data warehousing or enterprise data warehousing might not work. As you mentioned, same data can have a separate value or can have a separate meaning for you. Same data can have a separate meaning for me and separate value for me. I am from marketing, you are maybe from procurement. It's two different domains, right? So, how do you see what is the definition of perfect data? Because you cannot implement all kind of data quality standards on all kind of data. What do you say about that?
I usually I change the discussion for the perfect stakeholder. I think it make more sense think about the user than the data itself. For example, if we are talking about uh, churn, churn models, I can say about the importance of the type 2 error, because we want to build something that can predict if some client will go out of our base. But and once we have that, we need to have some action. For example, I'm gonna give a discount to ensure this client stay with us. But it's a lost client. I am trying to give them back, so I can give the discount. And if I am success, if they go back, great. But there is other group